Javier, how are you?
I was feeling a little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable in
I
what way?
was, I am a little angry. Generally speaking, a little uncomfortable. I think it's connected with a few things. My general situation, waiting, it's uncomfortable itself.
What happened last time? You said before we recorded the podcast, you had to go to the hospital. Was it
Like
serious?
for a normal test to test my heart. They do now and then these tests to control how is my heart. A big deal. Yeah, I'm a little pissed off with myself, with not doing enough in regards of the therapy exercises that I supposed to do. I'm not meditating much. On the professional level, I have what I told you about this skateboard company. I have like 300 skateboards, and it's now is not I'm not selling, but it's costing me money. Like find a solution for that. I'm trying to reduce the price, but a reminder of me trying to get money.
Good or a bad reminder?
It a good reminder that when I'm doing the things based on the wrong purpose, you get a lot of noise in your life. It reminds me that sometimes I'm moving very fast without thinking too much, but the choices got its consequences and you have to deal with them. I'm having this resistance. Now I have to deal with it and find a solution. And it's been a little heavy. I also decided to make a reformation on my house, which is a good thing, but there's a lot of choices to be made. I have to take care of the money. Part of it is the uncertainty about money, about how this is going to cost me. Generally speaking, about the level of uncertainty that I have to deal with, which is probably most of the times, if it's one thing or another, there's a huge amount of uncertainty. I'm struggling a little bit with dealing with this intensity of uncertainty, which is it will be the rest of my life. There's always uncertainty, but now it's a little heavy. In one hand, I'm always trying to do things. I'm depressed and I'm not doing anything. I've been productive. I guess my actions, they are not connected with my real priorities. My actions, they are not speaking about my true bluff. I would like to focus on my understanding, my meditation. They're a priority for me. But then somehow there's a lot of things.
Give it a chance and mention some of these things. So, what is not going with your fire, let's say, with your desire of growing? What is going against it?
Yesterday, for instance, I had a moment of anger with something really stupid, going to return a device to phone company. I was waiting for an hour and they made a mistake. I was just really pissed off about being waiting and I have to go back, call again, spend half an hour and go back and spend another hour. It's okay that I get anger, but when I come home, it's like, why the fuck I get so angry about this? It's just like, okay, I'm gonna lose 1 hour and a half, but it's the same loop about I know the fucking problem about really being very pissed off about not let people be human, make mistakes. And I guess probably it's reflecting my own that I'm very hard on me and I'm very hard on others. So I understand the whole thing. I understand it. I felt I have to do this that told me Michalis about unleash this anger, connect with this anger. But then I go with the flow and everything. I feel that I'm not learning, that I'm stuck in several things. When I stop a little bit, I felt okay. I got it. It's okay. But it's like, come on, again, I'm in the loop. And this sense, generally speaking, of not moving forward, also with my kidney, also with several things, the general feeling about being stuck and not moving. And if I think about it, probably that's the point of this moment. It's connected what I told you about being anxious when I'm in a plane.
Yeah. But this connects very well to this present moment. I mean, there is some truth into being stuck right now, waiting for the operation and not really much you can do. Maybe some things you can't do because you need to blah blah. You're kind of limited in a way, and this also reflects good, well, with your experience in the past of being again stuck due to your health issue when you were younger. So it's kind of a feeling repeating itself, a kind of a story repeating itself, or at least this is what I'm receiving from how you're describing it.
Yesterday, probably I was angry because I was doing the shitty things that you have to do in life. It's all the little things that you have to do in your normal life. And I want to be focused on working and the things that I want to do. And I'm stuck, like waiting in a shop, waiting for a return. We are dealing with a lot of nonsense in this life, things that they are not well organized.
Sure, that's true, but life still continues. This is life. This is who you are. Who you are doesn't change at that moment, nor does your growth change at that moment. You can keep on growing at that moment, and you can show how well you've grown at that moment. Yes, it's a good opportunity to show how good you are.
That's why
Well,
I
not
got
really.
pissed off. I know. That's why I got pissed off, because I felt like, why?
No.
I look
You
like a crazy man.
got
Just
pissed off because people are not doing their job properly, because you're hard on people and you're hard on yourself. This is why you got pissed off. The idea here is this: we always grow. In any condition, we grow. Our experience should be anything that happens can help us grow, can reveal the things that still need work, like what is happening with you, the things that we have achieved, how well we're doing, or can reveal the truth in our reality. And this is just an advice. I know it's not therapy, but it's a good way to start when you're dealing with these mundane, everyday things and you feel that you're losing time. No, you're not losing time if you are aware and conscious. So at that time that you're waiting for the thing or that you have to return, there are so many things that are happening. But your nature never changes in that sense. The pursuit of happiness never changes at the same time. And this is what is creating the tension. Because I'm not happy at this moment. I'm doing all this repeating and doing a job like that someone else did not do well and all that. So in this process, it is important to kind of catch yourself when you're thinking, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time, we say. No, you're never wasting time. Like I remember at some point when I was teaching, I decided I would teach certain things and repeat them because it was good to create kind of a basis for things. And I was thinking in the beginning, oh shit, it's the same thing all over again. I'm wasting my time. And to be honest, I've never learned more than repeating these teachings than anything in my life. Maybe I haven't received more important teachings than what I gained from that experience. Because you go more conscious, you observe, and you kind of give into the experience more because you're more relaxed. Some keywords is being relaxed, give into the experience. So be fully there, and that's fine. And always allow space to grow. There will be things that will help you to grow in that. So, for example, let's say you're dealing with that person and you can practice compassion. So you can be more kind, practice compassion. You are having to go back and do a job that somebody else had to do. You practice humbleness. You are being irritated and anger is coming. You practice restraint. So you are growing if you are conscious in this process as a personal experience of growth, or maybe that's a better way to put it. But if you're going there as like the world is attacking you, then you're bound to negate the experience. You do not want to negate. This is the first thing, you want to accept it.
Then I understand it.
Then the other point is, going back to people are not doing things well. They're not doing their job properly. The rigidity that you were describing that you have sometimes. Why are they not doing what they're supposed to do? Check this phrase out. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? Address it to a person in your life now. Who is it? Come on, quick.
Yeah,
Quick.
it's me that I'm not doing.
You are not doing it. Again, another person. Quick. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? And you're angry.
Why? You mean why?
No. Address the question. Close your eyes. Close the eyes. Close your eyes. Address the question. You are saying this to someone. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? Who are you saying it to?
Why you're not doing what you're supposed to do?
Or in Spanish, it doesn't matter. Who is the person? Quick.
Nothing. No one is coming.
No?
It's me. If someone is coming, it's me.
Okay. Who in your life was not doing what they were supposed to do, playing the role as they were supposed to be playing it, and harmed you?
My parents also.
Of course, it's the parents, but
Yeah.
choose one of them. Who is it?
My mother, probably.
Oh, congratulations. How did you end up with that? I mean, I'm amazed you found that. This idea you're not doing what you're supposed to do reminded me of all this anger you have kept towards these actions of the mother with your health and with all that. This is what reminded me. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm just trying to give you some more insight as to where this anger might be coming from, because it relates a little bit to that. At least what I'm sensing.
But I repressed. I don't want to move that anger towards her. At the very beginning of my therapy process, is something that I was pretty sure that I was really angry with my father. And at some point, it appeared from nowhere like, man, I have a lot of anger towards my mother. And I was pretty surprised. It was very, very repressed because she was taking care of me.
Exactly.
And being with me and like helping, supporting me in all sorts of ways. I didn't know that I was pissed off with her. On a rational level, I believe that she was trying to support me in.
But of course, it always ends up to they did their best kind of thing. But in that sense, who gets a dirty hand, we say, or who gets their hands more dirty? The one who deals with the issue. If the father is not there, is not dealing, then what is it to say to them? They're like, you were absent, fuck off. I'm mad with her because she did blah, 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 blah. And you have so many things because you have experiences with her, because she dealt with the issue. But at the end of the day, if we are in therapy, we have to address the dealing with.
The only thing, it's very, very repressed because it can't relate to that feeling. I think it's probably so painful that I don't want to connect. I understand that probably is happening, but there's not yet.
But the phrase brings you there. Do what they were supposed to do. There you go. Oh, that's the window. You open the window a little bit, and you open the window, and the sun is like.
But now I'm directing that anger towards me.
Of
now.
course. But of course, you are directing towards you. You're not doing what you're supposed to do.
I'm not doing enough. As a general concept, is this paradox about believing that I have a lot of potential and I'm very smart. And then in the other hand, I feel like, fuck, you're fucking stupid. How you can just be having a spiritual journey for 15 years and become this man that is really like yelling at this poor woman that she had nothing to do with this corporate bullshit. And it's just like how this journey is not expressing itself in this moment. No, it's just, it's like, man, fuck. It's like, I always remember how Carlos was saying that there's a good horse, a medium horse, and a bad horse. And I'm feeling like, man, you're a donkey.
Not even a horse. A mule, maybe, or a donkey.
And it's in hand is just, I do enough. But it seems like for a few things, it's like, man, you're stuck. Man, you're not as smart as you're supposed to be.
These are the neurotic connections that really are bringing out the bad character, you can say, and your journey or your knowledge is not appearing. So you need to address the neurotic patterns. That's why you're not doing your job and connecting to the mother. Blah, blah. There you are. So saying, oh, I have all this experience and knowledge and I'm not applying it, doesn't say anything if it hurts you or if you've been hurt in terms of that, or there is a trauma that is kind of regulating the response. So it's not conscious in that way. Just to reply to the, what is this poor woman's fault and why am I not showing my wisdom? Why am I not reacting in the way I should react with what I know as a spiritually more mature person? Because this is neurosis. Neurosis is dragging you back. It's like a hook that always keeps you there. And how far you go, it's always connected to a line. You need to release that line in that sense.
And how do you feel I can connect or try to slowly bring this thing on the surface?
I would start with being too hard on yourself. The point is, well, one of the weak points is that you are being too hard. You're being a bit cruel to yourself. So I would start a little bit with this and evolve onto the cause that could be the relationship with the mother. And now a question that arises in my mind, let me just jump into this because I was feeling it before and now I'm coming back to it. It seems in my mind and maybe I need to address it. Who, you might say, also has been cruel to you or very strict to you? Could be cruel in just, strict, could be lacking gentleness.
If I have to think about being cruel, I was the one being cruel with women a lot of times. People being cruel to me, I can relate it more expressing cruelty towards others.
Okay.
Maybe my father also. This behavior of being cruel, of being very hard on people, I think probably it's coming from my father, not being able to have this empathy.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? Just give some examples, things that might come to mind.
He was expressing himself. He was a very strong man. He was not pretending he didn't care about what others think. He was really behaving like he didn't care about what others think, which is, in some sense, is a good thing for people that they are close to him. Is something a little hard because you feel that he's not caring about you. In our family, in the masculine part, let's say as a lineage, the masculine part is not very open to connecting on emotional well, and it can be pretty cruel. You can call it cruel. It's about not having enough kindness or don't take care much about the feelings of others. We feel we are right, and we don't care about the feelings of others. We believe that we are right. And now that I'm starting to open my heart, this is getting in the middle, and I'm slowly, at least understanding that a lot of times we discussed it in previous sessions that I'm pretty hard with others, like pretty like straightforward and clack. And it's not making me feel good. It's probably connected with the masculine part of the lineage. Maybe the lack of support from women, and it's been cruel towards women too, because we didn't feel that we've been support enough. So they deserve like a punishment. What?
Oh my God. Yeah.
What a piece of work.
How do you feel when you listen to yourself saying all that?
Yeah, that I'm crazy, man.
What thoughts appear as you've listened to yourself say,
oh
man.
It's pretty sad. I try to not take it too seriously, but I connect with sadness probably, like it's just, man, this problem I don't think it's in our family. It's a general human experience. I think sometimes men, we get very alone because we supposed to support women and be the strong ones. If we are connecting with our feelings, with our emotions, we are not dealing or we are not relating with each other in on a more like equal base. Part of this resentment with women is because of that. They want us to be equal, but they don't want us to be equal. They want us to be the strong ones. I think that makes the men sometimes be very alone. And that loneliness, I think it make us connect with our resentment about not being supported enough.
I was thinking you're going to have a lot of fun when you will be reviewing this recording. Sorry, my mind jumped.
Good, good. Why do you think so?
I recognize many stereotypes in all that you've been saying. But there is a lot of truth, personal truth, of course, but there's also a lot of stereotypical things. The thing with certain stereotypes, like how women should behave, how men are, and all that, they kind of lock down wrong views. It's like a little port where I take safe haven, where I protect myself. So I go behind the part that women are not supported or men are violent or whatever the stereotype might be. And now I fit my personal history into that. So personally, when I see people doing that, it's like an attempt of escaping the truth, the personal truth. So I'm thinking, what is the personal truth here? What is your truth? From what I hear, for sure, the way that as a man you have been programmed is a typical, stereotypical way of you're strong, you have your ideas, and you support them, and who cares what other people say, and you move forward. But at the same time, in this, I'm picking up a kind of gentleness that has never been addressed, that exists inside of you, and maybe you consider it as a weakness. If I'm more gentle, or if I'm more understanding, I do not dare to say the word loving because it can be, but let's say understanding, then I'm weak. I can be weak, or I could be mistaken. I'm losing my firm hand on the situation.
Right now, I cannot relate with that. I'm pretty gentle right now with pretty much everybody, most of the times. Okay. It fit from the mind to the soul.
Yeah. Something to consider in terms of being too hard, being too specific, being too much on the, say, totalitarian kind of approach. You do it like this, and you, why are you not doing it, kind of thing, you know? Because it is creating this kind of, like, you're opening a little door, a little window for weakness, and if you're weak, then you're fucked. And this is kind of the man being programmed by the man. You have to be strong, and if you're strong, you will be rewarded.
Yeah, it makes sense in this situation. Difficulties to cry. I connect sometimes, for instance, with music or with things.
But abstract.
One comment that I get a lot is that people, they're impressed on how I'm dealing with the whole dialysis or whatever. I'm doing it with normality, and they say like, man, you're very strong. But I don't give this space about like, fuck, it's sometimes heavy, or I don't give any space for weakness. And it's on a general level also, for instance, work-wise, I have like this clarity about doing things, even if my business partner sometimes he believes that I'm not And that clarity is also bring me this type of problems like the skateboard thing right now. It seems that the weakness or the wrongness is also space about being wrong. It's important and it's something understandable. It's allowing myself to be human and make mistakes.
Why is it not then acceptable to make mistakes?
If I rationalize because they're not going to love me, but maybe there's something else.
They are not going to
love me, to accept me.
Because you are not going to be what, perfect?
Enough or perfect, yeah.
So you need to be perfect to be complete, to be loved. I need to be perfect to be loved. Where is this coming from? Shit. I need to be perfect to be loved. It's a man thing again, isn't it? Yeah. If you do very well, if you do not make mistakes, if you're a good boy, if you follow my example, you will receive my love, my approval, and then my love.
That's more coming from the father.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, if you're not approved, or if you're feeling that you will not be approved and not be loved, then you're defensive. So it's coming to this part where you will be defending yourself. So we'll come up strong. I will be perfect or come up very strong because I will not allow any possibility to not be perfect. And then I will probably be loved.
Okay, all understood. What I can do with all the steps.
Steps is there has to be created a clear connection with the father. There is no connection with the father. Let's put it down to the chopping board now. You have to connect to the man's side and really create an understanding of the male energy, of who the man is or who the fuck was that father and why. This has to do a lot with how you grew up. The experience was with the mother. You had everything with her. The other guy just popped in, gave you what you wanted, and popped out. Yeah? That's more or less?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's too little in terms of this woman who was dealing with the problem, making mistakes, trying to love, trying to support, trying to take you there and bring you back and show you the love, but at the same time grow you up as a man and be there to show you what she even didn't know. You see, the balance is like this. This is the mother, the father is nothing, it's not there. So you have to figure it out. So the problem is learning better or experiencing better. He has to be demystified in that sense. So going to the therapy process, we need to demystify this person, because when you don't know them, it's like, who are they? Why are they doing that? What do I have to do to attract or help them to manifest something towards me so I understand better, have more experience with them?
So it's about rebuilding how I see masculinity.
Totally.
Don't you think this is something also on a social level, this exactly the same problem?
It's a fucked up situation to be in.
Because society is not helping me.
Not at all. Not at all. This is it. It's a problem that's been supported from generations. You said, in my family, man, blah, blah, blah. They are all the fucking same. They're all doing the same mistake their predecessor did. Which is how we grow socially in general, men or women, it doesn't matter. We are being taught by men and women who did not achieve the way to move forward and achieve in life. Most of them did not achieve, they were not perfect. And now they have their own idea on how to do it. And we follow their path usually to do it because this is what they've taught us. And it's kind of, we are repeating mistakes. It's like we are repeating the same problem, the same mode. So, especially with the man part, society is totally fucked up. Because we have manipulated women very consciously. We have looked down on them very consciously. We have overestimated our power and our sense of understanding. We have been arrogant and cruel and lacking compassion. It's a shitty state of affairs to be in. Society will not be helping you. It's a tough one, but it's really imperative that this work is done slowly. You will build up on the real of it. You will get to know how wonderful it is to have a healthy man archetype or male archetype. But slowly we have to heal what you know of men, because you are just reproducing a reaction that is partly program and partly just a reaction to what you know. Have you done this letter to the father thing with me?
No.
So here we are, my dear Javier. I propose you write a letter to your father. And you do it right now, please, with me. You have a good 15, 20 minutes to work on it. My proposition is this. You write a letter to the father. And you do it as honestly and as emotionally as possible. This letter has to be emotionally charged. You see, the problem with man and our manlyhood and our man relationships is that we fucking hide the truth of our emotions. The only thing acceptable to express is anger. The rest is, oh, man, don't cry and don't say that. No, you'll be weak. No. There's always this power restraining us from the honesty, the honesty of who we are or who we should be. So I suggest you write a letter to the father and charge it with emotional significance for you. Focus on the emotions, speak to him. And the point should be always how you feel. It's also one of the things that we're lacking. We are fucking hiding behind our physiques and our knowledge and how important we are. And we're not touching the world with our emotions. Why? Why are emotions not important for men? For some reason, they are considered as a weakness. So I suggest let's explore this weakness now. So write to him. Write in the most emotional way that you can. Whatever it is that you're saying, it has to include some kind of an expression of an emotion. And please write and write and write as much as you can right now. And do not consider the structure of the letter. Yeah? Just allow it to come as natural. It could be just sentences, but write. Fully, emotionally charged, addressing the father. Let me see this. Yeah. So let me just stop the music. So,
You want me to read it?
what have you got there?
You want me to read the letter?
No need to read it, but you read it and see what you're getting now from it. Or if there is something there that stands out as a general thing. Or
It resonates. I'm afraid of loving. I'm afraid of woman. I'm tired of hiding and controlling. I'm enough. I deserve love. I don't need to do anything to deserve love. I forgive you, but now I will get my own path.
That's a very good start, I think.
Also, it resonates. I don't need to be more than you. Because
Wow,
I guess
that's good. That's also very good. Good. Marinate with this a little bit. So allow it to stay with you a little bit, maybe read it another time, or see how you feel about all of that. I think it will fire a few things, get a few things going. It's already getting a few things going from what I see. So good. Here we are. We're starting. So see you during the weekend. I'll be doing a practice. So I'll be giving a free teaching on Cenresi on Saturday afternoon at 6:30. We'll stop at around 6, and then at 6:30 I'll give this practice of Cenresi. So if anybody is interested, it's free and it's open. So if you want to let friends or people know, just go ahead.
it's this weekend then.
This weekend, isn't it? Let me see.
Sí,
I
sí.
think so. It's in fucking 3 days, man.
Good. We'll be here.
You thought it was next week or coming
No,
at some point. Maybe share one at this moment or something that is nice, or even nothing. It's too late. But they will be great for the next one. We will be needing, I mean, we will be needing them every time because we will be accepting new people. They will be good anyway.
Good. Thank you, man. Have a nice one. See you soon.
So you too. See you soon.
Ciao. Thank you.
Bye.